of Foodie Beauty, current energy in regards to her finances. Spirit said your finances are burnt out. What? Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this. Okay. Intuitive reading for Foodie Beauty. Let me just try it. Sorry, I feel like it's a little too far. Remember, this reading is this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's just respect what comes out, right? Cool. And yeah, it feels like a lot. I feel like cards are flipped over.
Hey.
I know. But it also could just signify there's a lot going on in her life. All right, so let's get into it. Spirit is acknowledging current energy. Okay, so you guys hit me up and was like, she's back in Canada. We're going to talk about that. You guys also acknowledge that you're worried about how this cat, what's the cat's name? Julia. The cat Julia. Okay, because I remember y'all said Bruce, Julia. I don't know the other cats, y'all. I'm sorry. So anyway, we're going to get into that. Let's just see what happens, okay? So Spirit is acknowledging current energy. Like, not even asking about return, just current energy. And I feel like this is why this is so heavy. But let's get into it. Current energy. She feels like she's drowning in someone's emotional abyss, lured into someone's emotional abyss with some form of temptation, adder, intimacy, proposal, or a message of love, and she's drowning in it. And this is a really layered energy because it is almost feels like payback. It feels like because you did this, this happened to you. That's the kind of energy because it's layered. It's dual. It feels like this is the energy that she's receiving, but this is also the same energy that she puts out. Now, this could also be connected to an unhealed water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This could also acknowledge anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression, and wanting to clear, cancel, and release that to manifest a life that she does want. Because now it's showing me this Hallelujah card. So you were drowning in someone's emotional abyss only to say, oh, thank God I got out of that. Thank God I didn't go around it, under it, or over it. I grew through it, acknowledging this is happening for me, not to me. But even in that inner standing, Spirit says there's egg on your face. It's this energy of total hypocrisy. It's this energy of lies, and more lies. Because you can lie to the people, but you can't lie to yourself. So whatever subconsciously you're putting out in the middle of the deck, Spirit is acknowledging that's a lie. It's a lie.
Hey.
Thank you, Spirit. At the heart of it, you want peace, but your actions do not speak louder than words. Okay, it's like that. I don't know why, but the game Monopoly, when I read on her now, and I feel like I should say you because I feel like she listens. Whether she takes it, the advice given, I don't care. I don't know her. She don't know me. We don't know each other. I could care less. But I feel like Spirit is encouraging me to say you. So if you are listening, your choices matter. Good choices equal good karma. Bad choices equal bad karma. There's no getting around that. What you choose is a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. Your karma has not forgotten. I don't care how far you go around the world, under the world, in the world, beside the world. It don't matter. It's yours. Whatever you put in your red wagon, you have to pull. It is yours. Okay? And Spirit is also acknowledging that your choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. You can lie to the people, but you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to the people, but you cannot lie to Spirit, to Source. That's it. That's all. Okay? Now, Spirit is also acknowledging that her boat is also stalled, meaning that she can't move the way that she wants to move, how she used to move, etc. The water is cool and calm if the good Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, but there's still communication around one's ups and downs, her peaks and valleys. This halt, pause, and stall is for her to take accountability and responsibility. It's reflective. It's reflection. See yourself. Ask yourself those deeper level thinking questions and then move the hell on or don't. That's your business, okay? But there is a treasured objective to this halt, this stall, this pause. And there's purpose. If she's able to see it, great. If not, not my business. You can look at it and see the silver lining and say, okay, I'm going to have an aha moment and get what's misaligned, aligned. Or you could see it as complete and utter chaos. And that is exactly what it's going to be. You can sow whichever seed you choose, but you reap what you sow. And Spirit says, even in this halt and pause, she's still running around like a chicken with her head cut off. Hey. Thank you, Spirit. There's still this energy of a lack of intuition, a lack of an inability to take accountability, but also to use her higher intuition, to ascend, to vibrate high. There's this energy that she gains more by vibrating low. That's where she believes not her purpose lies, but her abundance lies in low vibration. That's not my business. So this is energy of her having, wanting to have breakthrough, solution, originality, receptivity, and faith. And so she does something over and over and over again, even in this moment of reflection and pause. So if you do the same thing over and over and over again, and you expect something different, that's called insanity. Okay. And Spirit is also acknowledging, regardless of how many times she tries this, it's not going to work. Higher intuitively, you know it's not going to work. The heart chakra cannot continue to hold and swell. Hear what I'm saying? Swell. Being overburdened and overwhelmed with sexual energy or creative energy or emotional energy. Based on your choices, the fire sign energy. So that Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, fire in your belly to do what you want to do. It cannot. Okay, no matter how hard you try. And Spirit says, again, wanting to clear, cancel, and release the energy of sadness, anxiety, fear, and depression. And this has to do with something that's hotter than blue blazes, passion, right? Fire sign again, and all these choices. All this green is acknowledging pride, ego, and people-pleasing energy. And again, not listening to your higher intuitive self. So now you're throwing 3 sheets to the wind. This card often comes out when I read on you. And it's acknowledging that there's a swirl of communication filled with not just anger, but sadness, that weeping. That's why I go, because that's what it is. That's what it sounds like, right? And Spirit is looking at you like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Because you keep putting yourself in this position. So what do you want? If you want to sit and cry all day long. But if you want change, you got to get up. See, again, at the heart of it, you want peace, but you're distracted by music, something that you're drowning out your reality, and by a beverage. That's your business. And Spirit says there's a candle here, and I pick up on allegedly her doing things like this, allegedly requesting, calling, you could even say conjuring to have some form of assistance. Okay, keep going. And Spirit is like, you're not rooted and you're not grounded. So every call that you make is met with resistance, is met with delay, is met with obstacle, because you're not maintaining authenticity and you're not being genuine. So the heart chakra, again, has imbalances and or delays because you're not centered. You're not aligned. This is going to affect your finances, your resources. This is going to affect whether or not you have healthy boundaries. You could also be dealing with an unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but also acknowledging you're not standing on a strong foundation. And so there's this energy of 3 sheets to the wind. 3 is significant. 3 is a crowd. This could also acknowledge cheating, right? Blowing off steam, rebellion, merriment, overindulgence, and wanting to escape. And look, it just gives people crazy eyes to see you in a position like this. They are like, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Okay. Spirit is acknowledging totally content. It's a yes, success, wishes granted, mastery, and joyous resolution. That's what that's what the people are saying. And the thing about your energy is higher intuitively, you think, if I just continue to say, I was silly, I was gullible, I was naive, I was silly, I was gullible, I was naive, I didn't know enough information, study and apprenticeship is needed, I just didn't know, I didn't know, I don't have the skill set, I didn't have the experience, I didn't have the prior knowledge, etc. That's like falling on a pillow. And Spirit is like, no, you're about to fall on your ass. Like, this situation has you literally falling on your ass. There's no cushion to this, okay? Because you have to feel it. Like I said the last reading, belt to ass season. It's time for you to feel what you've created. Okay? You trying to, thank you, Spirit. You trying to get out the back door. Not that easy. And the reason for this leaving, look how this truck is leaving and this turnip falls off the truck. So you've released someone in the process of your leaving because you feel naive and gullible, right? And it's whoever you thought was loyal who is no longer loyal. And now this person who was once loyal is going to be crying out, screaming out, mad at energy, mad at source, mad at the collective, mad at anybody who will listen because their heart chakra now has imbalances and or delays. Now you've impeded upon whether or not they will be, thank you, Spirit, successful. You've impeded upon whether or not they feel like they have healthy boundaries when it comes to you. Thank you, Spirit. And they don't have a strong foundation either. Is that you, Salah? Because there's this energy again coming to me, acknowledging like he's going to speak up at some point because now he's in a catch, in a situation where he's feeling very caught up. And I don't know if the plan is for you to go back to Canada and make more money and then send it to him so that he will be quiet. But that's null and void too. That's null and void as well. Okay. Foodie Beauty is back in Canada. All right, Spirit says in the middle of the deck. Yeah, so you're back in the middle. You're back in the middle of the deck. You're back in Canada. Spirit is acknowledging because you were drowning in emotions, anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression, and wanting to clear, cancel, and release this. Spirit is also acknowledging you're back because of some situation that is sweet as a Georgia peach. Could also include a name that begins with the letter G, but this has to do with sexual energy or emotional energy or creative energy. Okay, hence why you are back. Spirit is also acknowledging you are back, lazing like a lump on a log, loafing, inertia, false start, no response, now disinterest. And then Spirit is acknowledging because you came up short in the area of love, too big for your britches, arrogance, vanity, self-importance, being high and mighty, modesty is needed. You are back because you're trying to turn lemons into lemonade, being optimistic, trying to persevere, seeking some form of opportunity, creativity and genius. And Spirit says you are also back because you were being very naive and oblivious, inexperienced, gullible with just fell off a turnip truck, and you are back because you're barking up the wrong tree, being met with dead end, stalemate, not now, lack of clarity, perspective shift is needed. You are back because the house and the heart and the home have imbalances and or delays. Spirit is not invited in. Unhealed air sign as well, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, disorganized thoughts, imbalances in your finances and your boundaries, not feeling like you're on a solid ground. You are not being rooted and you're not maintaining authenticity. You're not being genuine. Poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace is required. And Spirit is going to intervene. This is why you're back. Listen, let's just keep it cute. Spirit is acknowledging it's bubbling at the belly, bubbling at the throat. The Spirit is going to intervene because you were given a chance to do it and you didn't. You're still like trying to get out the back door. And Spirit's like, a part of your karma is truth. And so Spirit is coming through with honesty, courage, sharing revelations, surprise news, text, and a phone call. And then Spirit is also acknowledging with the King of Mains. So this is the King of Swords, air sign energy. This is also why you're back. Okay, and I see what feels like truthful communication, integrity, divine intervention, and surrender that's going to restore the throat chakra and also the solar plexus energy. The King of Swords is coming through with honesty and authority and truth. Now, that's your business. A Foodie Beauty, current energy in regards to her finances. Spirit said your finances are burnt out and you need to take a small break. Spirit says your finances are cursed. You have cursed money. And on the surface, she feels like she deserves more money. That's your business. All right, Spirit. Says she's back in Canada. Does she plan on leaving Canada? If so, what's the energy? Spirit said there's no more time. Now, I don't know if that means that there's no more time on your passport, on your visa. I don't know what do you think you're planning on doing, but Spirit says you've run out of time. Okay? And Spirit says you're going to definitely feel like you've run out of time around next fall. And then that's it. That's it. Time is now. Spirit is acknowledging that you're going to be still. Like you're going to, it's not even like a question of movement. It's a force. Things are definitely going to change forcibly via spirit, via the universe next fall, because there's no more time. You've run out of time. Foodie Beauty back in Canada. Yeah, Spirit said just accept it. Accept the things as they are. Can be a powerful, accepting the things as they are can be a powerful step forward. You may be resisting change lately. Let go of control and you'll discover peace and new opportunities in the present moment. So you're still trying to control things. What's her relationship like with Salah now that she's back in Canada? Secrets. And there's that Egyptian symbol that always comes out when I pull this deck for her. But this is also about her, when it comes to her relationship, not being honest. You're covering your crown chakra, so you're covering what you know intuitively and traditionally, like just your insight about certain things. You're covering your crown chakra. The windows to the soul are covered too, the eyes, so you're not being truthful. You're not looking people directly in the eye. In regards to people, I'm speaking in reference to Salah. You're being very quiet about it. The mother, the father coming together to have a child. Now, this could be a child and or a manifestation. Spirit is acknowledging what you do in the dark comes out to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress is coming to the surface. This could include a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But Spirit is also acknowledging manipulation, manifestation, and or pregnancy, giving birth to an idea and or an actual child. And again, because of this card and the moon, it's not just giving birth to it, it's being exposed. So your manipulation, the manipulative tactics, manifesting, whatever you're doing, even whatever you're trying to give birth to, is going to be exposed to the light. And this is going to cause for someone to have to bandage their heart, okay? Again, your heart, there's an issue there. I would go to doctor immediately, but that's your business. And Spirit is acknowledging that there's an energy to just be friends when it comes to your relationship with Salah, okay? Look at that. You need to go to the doctor. And I just said, that's your business. If you want to go today, tomorrow, next month, I don't know your business. Spirit said, take your butt back over there to that doctor. Not my business. Okay, so. Hey. Thank you, Spirit. Foodie Beauty back in Canada. All right, back in Canada. Did you move into the house? That's your business. Spirit said, subconsciously, you still doing that stuff. And you probably even did that stuff to get this house. Listen, that's your business. What you do in the dark comes to the light. Whatever you put in your red wagon, you got to pull. Meaning, you play them games, you win them prizes. That's your business. That's your business. Okay? Because Spirit said, in the distant future, there is some divination that is being stated, that you are obsessed. Weird. There's going to be like, it's an obsession. Okay, what's this obsession about? The false documents. You're going to be obsessed about it. It's going to keep you up late at night. The false documents, the false information, the false statements, the false agreement. And there's like this prayer that you'll still be able to have this money even when this comes out. But again, there's an entity attachment attached to you that's going to put you in the hospital. There's some health concerns, some major health concerns when it comes to you. Major. All right, so how Julia is doing. Do I want to use this deck? Let's just use this deck. I feel like I'm going to cut back on that deck in a minute. How is Julia doing? Since Foodie Beauty has gone back to Kuwait. Embrace the changes happening around you. Have recent changes made you uneasy? Accept them, adjust, and discover the opportunities that come with transformation. So not only embracing the changes, but also acknowledging that these changes have made her, what she's used to, a little uncomfortable. But she is accepting things as they are. And this could be a powerful step forward for her, that she may be resisting change lately, but also letting go of her control. This is interesting because this is the same card that came out for Foodie, accepting. And you'll discover peace, new opportunities in the present moment. Wow. And in the middle of the deck, Spirit is acknowledging she has freedom. Amazing, right? How crazy is this? Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel right, feel free, feel light and alive. Wow. That's crazy. So let's get back into this deck. How does Julia see Foodie Beauty's energy? Okay. She's acknowledging that there's a third party there. Now, the cat would know, wouldn't it? Oh, goodness. All right. She's also acknowledging, when it comes to Foodie, that there was this manifestation, this offer, right? For things to transition, for things to end, for this to die, for this to no longer exist, for a lack of better words. Their relationship, her relationship with Foodie, something must end so something else can begin. And she's also acknowledging that there was a conflict for Foodie. An offer, it ended in regards to how she feels about Foodie. There's an offer of love that ended. Now there's conflict and drama with the family. Wow, craziness. She's also acknowledging this real love was nothing more than a love spell, and now it is blocked so that someone could be seen as single, sexy, and successful. I feel like those cards came out. That relationship was complete and utter opposites. North node, south node. And there's a lot of evil eye there as well. Sending the collective energy, love, and light. Okay, so let's get back into Foodie. Foodie Beauty's current energy. She's back in Canada. Okay, we do get Owarin. So 21 is significant.
Hey.
Thank you, Spirit. All right, so listen up. So Spirit is acknowledging good luck is only one step ahead. This card was in reverse. So there is an energy of not communicating now that she's back in Canada, not being able to make friends easily. A tendency to acquire wealth in youth is an obstacle. Ability to start over is an obstacle. Starting over like the phoenix rising from one's ashes, fire sign energy, that's an obstacle. Being a good-hearted person is an obstacle, but also a good heart is an obstacle. A born entrepreneur is an obstacle. Natural beauty and good luck is an obstacle. Being brave is an obstacle. Being stubborn is an obstacle. And pursuing one's goals are an obstacle. Sending the collective energy, love, and light. Foodie Beauty is back in Canada. Oh, Mom. That's so crazy because I feel like that card came out the last time. What else about Mom, Spirit, when it comes to Foodie? She has a lot of anxiety. Does Mom have a lot of anxiety, or does Foodie have a lot of anxiety now that Foodie is back? Look at this. Okay. There's a lot of mixing of things. Is she a drinker? I don't know. But there's a lot of mixing, cocktails, putting things together. There's a lot of cigarette smoking. There's a lot of cosplaying. Again, the sword is down, meaning that the air sign is not ready for battle, but also has disorganized thought. Unhealed air sign, unhealed Libra, unhealed Aquarius, unhealed Gemini, and also distracted by that cell phone. There's a lot of babies. Now, okay, pay attention. There's a lot of children involved. There's a lot of babies involved. There's a lot of behavior that is childlike, okay? Spirit is also acknowledging there goes that broken bed again, not being able to stand on all four legs. Also acknowledging that there could be an issue with the physical body or where the body rests. Okay. Why the bed is broken, I don't know. I don't want to tussle. I don't want to fight. But Spirit says this is a part of her plan. This was a part of her I want to say fairy tale almost. Like this is what she's created. This is like her book of ideas. It's a screenplay. It's her story. It's her play. Okay. And it's just blown up. It's just blown up. Fire sign energy in the area of passion, also in the area of business. But it's on fire. It's no longer. It's kaboom. Okay. And Spirit said, and now because of that, this alien has to come out of its cave and find somewhere else to what? Dwell, to live. Okay. And I'm talking about mom. And so is mom aware of all of this? Oh, mom says she's a liar and there's deception. Oh, okay. So let's talk about that real quick since we're here. How does mom feel about Foodie Beauty, current energy? Mom says she needs help. She's like, please help. She's poor. She's impoverished. Oh, well. Subconsciously, mom is like, in the distant future, it's a long road ahead, and she keeps acting unbothered. But she's also acknowledging that Foodie is a thief, mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. That she will be imprisoned mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. And there is an expectation that she has to meet for someone. And this is causing her to travel and be that person's Jezebel. Now, I don't know if you get on the road and do tricks. Listen, child, you need to get rooted and grounded in that energy. I don't know what she be doing, but Spirit said, you said, I'll go over there to get a couple. You know, people say I do something strange for a little bit of change. That's what's coming. Sending the collective love and light. Again, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. All right, Foodie Beauty, current energy. We do get patience in reverse. 13 is significant. 4 is significant. But these bunnies are supposed to represent fertility. So that's in reverse. And then we have this ancestral tree, wisdom, insight, connection, being rooted, all in reverse. Not maintaining authenticity and not being genuine. Spirit says a tree needs time to grow after it is planted. And the same can be said for even our best laid plans. So you haven't been putting your plans in order. You haven't been invested in your growth. Spirit is also acknowledging by simply doing what is in your power and then having some faith and letting go, you will see the fruits of your labor. Well, you can't reap a bountiful harvest if you're not sowing good seeds. So this is what you've reaped, and so shall you sow. Okay, this card has shown up in your reading because you are eager for results, but you're not receiving them. They're being met with obstacle and delay. And your patience has worn thin waiting for them, so you're impatient, hasty, fire sign energy, passionate but yet chaotic. Spirit is acknowledging, take stock of all your actions. It may be that you've already done all that is within your power, and now is the time to let nature take its course. But because your energy comes up so controlling, you won't even let nature do that. You don't really trust in it. If your hands aren't in it, you don't think that it's going to get done to an extent. But even in doing so, you're not doing it right. And so again, you don't reap a bountiful harvest. You reap destruction. You reap insecurity. You reap inability. You reap frustration, because that is the energy that you've sown. Forceful, domineering, dominant energy, you know, cold-hearted energy. And that's just the energy that's coming through. All right, so Foodie Beauty, current energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit says the Death card. So I'm going to tell you this. there's an energy of transition. There's an energy of release. There is an energy of spiritual transformation. There's an energy that something has to end in order for something else to begin. And if you eat this sandwich, that's going to take you right up out of here. That is one big sandwich. But more importantly, it's filled with all the things that are not good for you. And so in regards to this situation, the bells are ringing because death is on here. Now, subconsciously, we do get the Hangman. So there's this energy of you having an interesting point of view as you're dealing with transition. Now, this could be mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. However, with the Hangman card, there is this energy of hopefully you're learning something in this different and new perspective that you have, being in a position where you cannot move, right? Now, I don't know if you're into sandwiches and sausages, but that is there. And then finally, Spirit says, in the middle of the deck, we do get the Star card. So she is hopeful. She is trying to persevere. There's this energy of having faith and being patient in regards to manifesting and or desiring something to change in this moment of transition and this moment of letting something leave, die, decay. It's not serving you. It's not serving any purpose. Okay. What's her biggest obstacle? Now remember, I read biggest obstacle in reverse. So we do have the Six of Swords in reverse. Impeding doom is an obstacle. Feeling stuck is an obstacle. Feeling overwhelmed and slow healing is an obstacle. All right. And then we get the Hangman again in reverse this time, though. So discontent is an obstacle. Stagnation, negative patterns, no solution. And then lastly, we get the Chariot in reverse. Wow. So we know that Chariot is a water sign. So it's a lot of emotion, sadness, anxiety, fear, depression. A lack of control is an obstacle. Opposition is an obstacle. A lack of direction and self-discipline, all obstacles. And more importantly, it feels like there's a lot of Asian-inspired food here. I don't know if that's what she's into as well. Okay, so when it comes to Foodie Beauty, what's next in Canada? Okay, so what's next with her relationship with Salah? Spirit says it's in the middle of the deck. We do get the King of Wands. So that's a fire sign energy. So with the King of Wands, there's this energy of protective, masculine energy, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's this energy of being protective and inspiring and magnetic, a very intense energy. I wonder if this is his father. This is what's next. Spirit is acknowledging the pressed one. So then we get the Seven of Swords. And so with this energy, it is acknowledging that he has to step forth due to dishonesty, due to deceit, manipulation, cheating, and theft. Wow. And then with the Six of Pentacles, now this is funny, because I feel like this has come out before. There's this energy of paying it off, being very generous, sharing wealth to get her up out of there. This is energy that he paid someone to support his endeavors when it comes to her, to reap a bountiful harvest when it comes to her. The greens. Spirit said, money, 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 money. Money. Okay. What's going on with Foodie and Salah now that she's in Canada? We do get Queen of Mains. So this is equivalent, thank you, Spirit, to the Queen of Swords. So now that she's in Canada, there's an energy of her being very supportive and empathetic and protective and encouraging and also independent. I'm asking about her and him, though. But then there's also the energy of the Judgment card, taking accountability and responsibility for her actions when it comes to him. That's interesting. There's this energy of reflection and rebirth and reckoning, an awakening, absolution even. And then finally, we have the Knight of Cups when it comes to her energy and Salah's. So with the Knight of Cups in the middle of the deck, there's this energy of what you can't see. Middle of the deck for me is like what you can't see. There's romance. There's proposal. There's an invitation. There's engagement. There's attraction. There's someone looking elsewhere. And this is interesting because we do see, are they going to the bar and getting a drink with this person? Please clarify. Yeah, with the High Priestess using their higher intuition, following their inner guidance, listening to their higher selves. This is a divine feminine, a woman who is sacred to him. And I'm saying him because that's the energy that's coming through. Yep. He's taking a hold of the situation as the emperor, the masculine, the dominant one, and following his idea, his desire to have control and also to establish what he wants. But there's also a father figure on here too. So this could also be someone who father is suggested and or who has suggested that this be the person that he really, you know, moves down a path of enlightenment with, or relationship, you know, what have you. Yeah, see, with this comes balance. With this, there is this energy of the fallen, first of all. That's deep. And look at this snake in the tree, almost biblical, like Adam and Eve biting the forbidden fruit and being tricked by the serpent. Interesting. Or even that story about how Johnny, what is it, Appleseed, and the apple hit him in the head. Almost like a wake-up moment, to have temperance, to have balance, to have understanding, to have patience from this serpent who had you bite a forbidden fruit. Focusing more so on good health now and cooperating with others. It just honestly feels like this relationship is done. Salah and Foodie. Yep, look at that. I can take care of myself. I don't need you anymore. I can take care of myself. I don't need you. You were lying to my face and I was lying to yours. And this has to do with a water sign. Who's the water sign? Cancer energy. Emotion. Manifestation. She says, I'm fine with the Cancer sign. Sending the collective love and light. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.